Thank you for your patience. Facebook Live joins Centre for Astrophysics, Sutherland's Highlands in Dornoch, Infinity River Street. This is late night, chilled, choral music. major and end in D major, and Tammy got the last word. And quite right too. Slow connection, you're not the only one. Nunchakas in Gaelic. Who writes about nunchakas in... I write about nunchakas in Gaelic, yes. It's Gaelic here, what are you... Connick Anwin Chan El Fada A is an Amfin Aeon Ua Once Upon a Time. We relearnt Once Upon a Time yesterday, didn't we? AONUAIR, 2 words. Singing. I like the Ave actually. I'll sing a hymn to Mary. Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Yes, Mum. That was playing on your phone there. Hello, Steve. That was playing on Ticker, the dog. That was playing on your 6'7" friend. Great man. And a great friend. As a man, so he wasn't perfect. As a friend, he was. I think he raised his voice once at me. Actually, I do know he raised his voice once at me. I completely nonplussed and bewildered, and Julia was like, "You didn't hear what you said, Steve." "What? You didn't say what you thought you said. You thought you said this." "Aye." And you went, and he said this. And Steve was like, "Whoops." Steve had a smile taller than him, which is a rare feat in anybody. Although, actually, that's not really true, is it? But Steve is definitely one of those, but I do think we all have that capability. Don't we, Flower? Well, you certainly do, you miscreant. We're not playing piano. We're not playing piano. Which bit? We're not playing piano. I'm sure. Shut up, cheater. I know, I certainly heard not playing piano as well. There's an angel in my pocket. It's the angel Michael. Isn't it the gate? No, the gates of... Michael is the gates of heaven. My dad. Miners' strike finished off what was left of my dad after my mum almost dying. Quite understandable, really. I think my dad is a great man. Who said that's not much to go on? But as a man, he's a great man. story and tell a joke and spot a mistake, and in a good way spot a mistake. If you made a mistake, you want to know, don't you? I do. But it's true, my dad's narrative singing is exceptional. I'll give you a good example. I can't do it as well as my father. I don't know the words. I'll sing a song to Johnny. Johnny Thompson is his name, and he played for Glasgow Celtic just to make himself a name. No more, forevermore, forevermore we'll sing John Thompson. A young man died, football match, complete accident. Poor Rangers goalkeeper. My dad used to say after a short while he never played again, never recovered. But it was an accident. But the way my dad sang it, I'll sing, draws you in. I'll sing a song for Johnny. Johnny Thompson is his name. He played for Glasgow Celtic just to make himself a name. No more we'll sing, no more we'll see young Johnny on the fields of Celtic Park. It's a narrative song, so it says on the 5th day of September or something. Anyway. The song is absolutely unbelievably good, but its logic doesn't hold up because, as far as I'm aware, the song is sung and his name is sung every time Celtic play. He will never be forgotten. Bob Speedie, the father of David Speedie, Scottish international, Chelsea, Liverpool, Blackburn, Leicester, Southampton, West Bromwich, Birmingham, Barnsley, Darlington. Yes, I saw him with Hendon. He ended up in goal. He's a good goalkeeper. Exceptional football player, actually. Both feet, and few people could head a ball like him. Speciality was lobbing the goalkeeper, sometimes from half a line, but anywhere really. And Bob was a stout Protestant and married a Catholic lady. And to finish the story, there was talk of David signing for Celtic. I can never remember the exact story of whether he would only go 4 times a year when they played Rangers to watch him. Well, that doesn't make sense because Bob hitchhiked all over England in the 70s and 80s to get to see his son play football. He had encyclopedic knowledge of the British Isles from hitching. And I have a poor memory compared to my father, but compared to everyone else in the world, it's exceptional. But the second time we went someplace, it was a different person driving the car, and Bob said, Desmond will show you the way. And I was like, well, I'm glad my peripheral vision remembers everything. But I paid more attention then, after that. It was a good lesson on the second trip. And, but Bob would have gone 4 times a year and supported Rangers at all the matches and supported. But he would have gone in his Rangers tie. Everyone would have known he was a Rangers man. Did we play piano? Said Lizzie to Philip, they don't stand a chance. We'll stand up the Gunners to lead them a dance. With the Celtic defeated in my crowning year, a cup for the Rangers. With the said Lizzie to Philip, they don't stand a chance. We'll send up the Gunners to lead them a dance. With the Celtic defeated, the way will be clear. A cup for the Rangers in my crowning year. Well, the banners were all covered, the terraces were all covered in banners of green. It was Hibs against Celtic in the Coronation Cup. Celtic won. When we'd go on our family walks, which was all the time, on holidays, Dad would tell stories and sing songs. I never tired of hearing stories about coal mining. It's hard to understand what they were actually doing. Well, they were called the Crazy Gang, and whilst that wasn't uncommon, they were crazy. Not my dad, which is hilarious. Dad's not one of the crazy ones. Well, my dad's not criminally insane. He just remembers everything. Picks up a book and goes, oh, I've read that. Yes, Dad, but can't you read a book twice? No, son. The book's always better than the film, Dad said. He said, the one exception that comes close, because it isn't better than the book. He said, but Babylon is close. He said, but as brilliant as the film is, it can't evoke a man chasing an insect for 3 days to eat. One of my favourite stories about my mother and father is they met at the dance, they went out the next night, and Dad said, that's it, I'm skint, I'll see you next Thursday or Friday when I get paid. Mum said, I've got money, I'll see you tomorrow night, I'll pay. My dad went, excellent. Yeah. I don't know how that changed.